expectation when it comes to in-laws?
Been 12 years married.
Wow.
The biggest motivation for me getting in was and living close to them. Why I actually accepted is that we were all, I was 24, Rodney was 26, and we were being offered a 2-bedroom house close to my parents. So I looked more at that opportunity. This is not really your home, your personal home. You can't just come and make changes anyhow. So it was that phase. There's some conflicts here and there, maybe differences in opinions.
Yeah.
It can be cultural shocks. I came from a home where maybe we never used to eat kalo. So here I am, and maybe on a Sunday, random lunch, I'm getting a message, Dad is calling you to come and mingle kalo. At the time when that happened, when we moved and they moved, we were really in a good place, and I was happy to have them close. Like actually I was wondering how I'm going to survive without them.
There is a senior 6 vacation holiday. It's really long and it's meant to be a break, but it often becomes months of social media, idle time, wasted potential. What if your son or daughter used that time to actually build real world skills? The kind that open doors to opportunity. And that's why I'm excited to tell you about the Corporate Trainer. At the Corporate Trainer, they offer engaging online courses in advanced Excel and data analytics, the very skills that employers demand for in today's world of technology, business, and innovation. The courses are ICDL aligned, easy to follow, and guided by certified trainers with industry experience. So, whether your child is dreaming of working in finance, business, or tech, these are the foundation skills that every employer is looking for. Instead of spending months idle, they will stay productive, confident, and career ready long before university even starts. So give them a head start with the Corporate Trainer, where young people learn to turn data into decisions. Visit them on www.thecorporatetrainer.co.ug and sign them up today. Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a conversation that many people shy away from. We're going to be talking about in-laws. How do we manage that relationship? What challenges do we face? Some tips to help us manage better. I have an amazing guest on the channel with me today. She's going to be sharing her experience and everything to support us on this journey of in-laws. On the channel, we have the amazing Esther. Esther, welcome.
Thank you, Lisa.
How are you feeling?
Well, good. I can't believe I'm here, but I'm happy to be here.
Happy to have
Yes.
you. Okay, so just introduce yourself, tell them who you are, what you do, and anything you want us to know about you.
Okay, thanks, Lisa. Thanks for having me. Yes, my name is Esther Twagarukaho. I'm a child of God. I'm a wifey. I'm a wife to Rodney Twagarukaho Bagamba. He likes to add Salongo, so I'll add it for him. Yeah, and together we have 4 children. I have a 9-year-old son, 6-year-old daughter, and then a set of twins who are aged 3 years, boy child. So that's who I am. Besides that, I'm a working mom. I'm an architect by profession, but currently engaging on environment and green economy initiatives that support youth with skills for sustainable livelihoods, while also working with private sector and building their capacity to create green and decent jobs for the youth. Yeah, so basically in a nutshell, that's me. There's more, but I'll stop there.
Hey, you do serious things, eh?
I try.
Wow. All right, nice to have you. So before we get into it, we're going to do some icebreakers.
Okay.
Kind of break the ice.
Okay.
Are you a planner or are you spontaneous? You just go. So must you?
I'm definitely a planner, Lisa. I love to just have things organized.
Yeah.
There's that piece that comes with planning and being organized. I also feel like I'm in more control when I plan. It reduces on the stress. So generally, I think I'm those people who plan. So usually for me, when it's Christmas or a family trip, it's usually like a year before or 6 months. I already know where we are going, how we are going to manage, and by then I'm not on. Yeah, I'm usually those early planners.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely a planner.
Is your husband the same or different?
He's different.
different.
He relies on my planning most of the
I
time.
know. Chief can
Yeah.
tell me, I can ask him, oh, what are we doing next month? He's like, next month is so far. We need to first reach it. You know?
Yes, hey, one day at a time.
Yeah.
What? Yeah. But
Exactly. Okay. What does family mean to you?
Family for me is a support system. It's that gentle reminder that there's always someone having your back, like you're not alone. So for me, that's how I see family. So it's that, it's love as well, encompassing different emotions and behaviors. For example, when I hear family, I think warmth, I feel presence, the ability to be attentive. I feel sacrifice, compromise, commitment. So maybe all those would be around love and and being able to be present. So that's family to me.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's nice.
support.
Support, love. Hey, you're saying nice things only.
I know it can also be, but it comes back. Like you find your way back to that.
Yeah, to love. Yeah. Okay. Did you mention how many years you've been married?
Okay, so we've been 12 years married.
Wow.
Yeah, on to 13. Rodney. Yeah.
You know, when we are getting married, we have certain expectations, especially with this topic. Maybe like, you know, what was your expectation when it comes to in-laws? Like, what did you have in mind? What did you think? Was it a good perception you had or not?
Oh God, listen. So when I think back, first of all, I got married at 24. I think I was just clean slate, innocent, naive.
Yeah.
I don't know how to even put it, because at that time, in-laws, I don't know if I really thought into it a lot. Even knowing that we were going to stay next to them, we didn't have so much discussion about it. Apart from just being happy to get into this family, I have a new mom, a new dad, new sisters. And interestingly, my mom, the closest I had to that was that I lived next to my grandmother. So growing up around from P5 onwards, we lived next to my grandma. So, but I got it from the context of being a grandchild. Like I was able to go to my grandma's place. So maybe if there was anything negative, it would have come from my mom telling me, be aware of this or this. She just told me, just be a good girl, go on and be a good wife. Yeah. So we didn't have those real conversations before getting in. Yeah, we just dived in and we were happy.
You didn't get like, you know those stories that we've heard about mothers-in-law? Why?
First
Like,
of all,
please.
when I got married, honestly, I think I was among the first in my circle of friends.
Yeah.
So even the proposal was a surprise to me. Like it was not something that I looked forward to. So just the moment of Rodney giving me the ring and what was, oh, okay, nice, wow. But my bridal shower, was I really present? I don't know. Maybe something came up around there, but all the friends I had at around that time were also not married. They're just basically high school friends. But I think the biggest motivation for me getting in was, and living close to them, why I actually accepted is that I was 24, Rodney was 26, and we were being offered a 2-bedroom house close to my parents. So I looked more at that opportunity. Like we are entering rent-free. So really, let's maximize, let's get in and we start life. We had young careers, so it was an opportunity that like, let's get in, let's do this. Yeah.
Okay, so I would like to share your experience, like as a young bride, you've gotten in, you're staying next to them. What was that experience like?
Now, okay, yeah. So when I got in, family dynamics. So I'll explain it, I think, borrowing this guy's Bruce Tuckman, that team development model. You know that thing of like you're forming, then storming, norming, and then performing. I think that's what it was like for me. So I got in there. Of course, I don't know, all these things didn't occur to me before, but now you get in there. We're in the same enclosure. my parents, and then I now call them my parents because
Yeah.
it's difficult to even say in-laws. But yeah, and then in the same enclosure. So now that part of now forming, you're trying to figure out how is mommy like, how is daddy like,
Yeah.
where am I supposed to stop, what boundaries, when I come from work, I'm tired, am I supposed to greet every day? Like nothing. Like all those things started hitting me, like,
Yeah.
am I supposed to greet every day? And then should I call them, or is it food? When they come, I'm rushed, like what do we give them? Like, so there's that, like that thing, you're trying to figure out your way and just understand characters, certain things you want to do, but then it now suddenly hits you that this is not really your home, your personal home. You can't just come and make changes anyhow. So it was that phase. And even if maybe sometimes they try to calm me down, of like, this is your home, like there's that inner thing that just would keep coming back. And then, yeah, from there, trying to figure out maybe the storming phase. Like, yes, you're figuring out, but there's some conflicts here and there, maybe differences in opinions.
Yeah.
It can be cultural shocks. I came from a home where maybe we never used to eat kalo. So here I am, and maybe on a Sunday random lunch, I'm getting a message, Dad is calling you to come and mingle kalo. Like,
Wow.
I'm like, oh my God,
Problems.
yeah, but yeah, and he didn't really mean it in a bad way, but he wanted me to like adapt to certain things, like Rodney's dad. So certain things like that. So moments would come in, and I'm like, how are we figuring this out? Now when I talk, some stories keep coming back to my mind. So I remember a time when my house help, I had a baby, and at around that time, they offered us one of their boys' quarters for our nanny so that we could have privacy, which was a good thing. But now that help of mine, lucky, just got lucky. I don't know what she did that night, or she was on phone. I don't know what wrong she did. We're talking on the phone, I don't know. But in the morning, Lucky was gone. Like that bounced her. And so I was like,
Oh my God.
yeah, so Lucky was gone, and I remember like just breaking down, how am I going to deal with this baby? Like, or maybe I should have had a chance to talk to her. Yeah. Maybe she made a mistake that I was not worth being chased away.
A chance.
And the kids, my baby loved her. So now some of those things would really get to me and be like, why are we here?
Oh.
But again, I would like get back to the bigger picture, and then also slowly by slowly, of course, I learned which battles to just fight, what to let go, how to manage my emotions, how to choose peace over whatever, but also to focus on the positive things. Because much as some of those things were happening, there were also very many positives happening. So I got into now understanding, norming, and getting to know each other, finding a good balance. And I feel like now where we are now performing well. We know where there's no pressure to impress. So we are in a better place now. We're in a good place, I should say. Yeah. So it's been a journey.
It's really a journey.
Yeah.
You know, I did a poll on my Instagram. I usually have some conversations, and I was just asking, what's what are some of the mistakes you've made as a wife? Like, I'm asking people so that people can learn together and things like that. Let me tell you, over I don't know how many responses were like, allowing to stay with my in-laws, like that's the biggest mistake. Some marriages have been ruined. Some has it affected your marriage in any way, good or bad?
Good or bad? Yeah, so yeah, I could say it has, but both sides. Maybe I'll start with the good.
Yes.
First of all, like I said, we got in, we were rent-free. We were young, happy with this opportunity. So it gave us an opportunity to save more and also be more intentional to build our home. Like, we did not get comfortable. We're like, no, what, let's save up and also start building our home. And we give ourselves some years that we can stay here. And then at a certain point, we'll be able to move. So that was already helpful for us to reduce on that pressure. But then also, it made us more intentional. I'm grateful for my husband, for Rodney, that he had a certain level of mental clarity and independence. So even with all these things going around, he would encourage me, but also he would stand out for me, like where there was need, like he would defend me, and that's how we're able to move. So we've been able to kind of also find ways of, we had to make sure that we find our privacy codes. Like sometimes you have to leave, maybe for example in the evening for your personal thing, and let's say mommy is saying, hey, you're leaving, are you around, or you're leaving? Where are you guys going? Do you have, and you don't feel like exactly mentioning what you were going to do. Like, hey, we have a meeting. Or so there are those things where you just find like some private code language, or you keep it, all both sides happy. Like we have our sort of privacy, but then also in terms of marriage, there comes to the point of kids. These kids can be like mini spies. Like they can have lugambo in a way, so managing them in a way, teaching them to respect, but also mind our space sometimes. But also in that way, it has shaped us to just be exemplar, just be good, so that whatever they take to Jaja and Kaka is still good stuff. If they say, mommy and daddy, and sometimes it's as parents, I'm lucky that they're really good parents, that they've allowed us to be. So we've just generally decided to do us. With those navigations, we've found a way out, and he's kind of guided me on how certain things should be done, how mommy is, daddy is. So we've found a rhythm. Yeah. So I wouldn't say it has affected our marriage that much. Yeah. But it has contributed to many ways we do things. Yeah.
Because you've talked about your husband being like standing up for you and things like that. Did you ever have a conversation and said, this date, let's talk about this situation. Let's set these boundaries for us. Like what is a yes, what is a no, and you agreed. You have like that sort of meeting between you and him, and like you discuss.
Well, we set bound. Yes, we do. Like, for example, certain things where we don't want our things to have some privacy scenarios where we don't feel like exposing our lives too much. We find ways of saying, for this particular, you don't have to tell them. Maybe I'll say, or even him. Actually, usually it comes from him, like, so I don't have to say, because for me, I'm a bit of an open book, and I find it hard to sometimes... or even tell lies. Or say it's not good, but he'll tell you, no, you can just say like we have a meeting, or we can just say like you don't have to say everything. Like, or so we'll find ways. And also we've had moments of like an orientation where you kind of look into the different people and dissect them and see, she's mommy or daddy or this relative. We've had to decide, for example, he told me that he wanted a cousin of his to come home and would support them from around P7. At that time, we were just married. So it's something we also had to discuss. Which relatives do we support and how do we support them? I prefer to support from a distance. But maybe I was like, for compromise, let's have this one coming, but that's the one we are going to focus on and give our all and have him through school for as long as he's happy to be with us. So we've had to have some of those discussions because I'm also kind of private. I love my space. And also boundaries. Some things we've had to get back home and catch up and be like, this thing didn't go well with me, but how do we do? And some things we've just had to just let go. Maybe I'll give I keep remembering stories that come to my mind. So there's a phase where my father-in-law had a craze for rearing chicken and free roaming. So
everywhere,
even so in your place, come home, and it's like I was not really comfortable. Let's say, because sometimes you just clean the veranda where at, and then, but I had to just allow that. You know what? This is something that I have to kind of close my eyes to. And even Rodney, and he also didn't really like, but we know we just choose our battles. I think that's the thing. We just choose our battles, know where to put our strengths. And then I think at one point, Rodney wanted to say that I think we should just eat daddy's chicken. So I think they had gone to the village. But we're like, no. So it's about choosing battles, and we chose peace. And we knew that at the end of the day, there was so much good as well. So let's move and build this relationship. Yeah.
You know, my in-laws also stay not near, but like a short drive. You know, so of course it has so many benefits. But I know, especially for the children, when they are there. Judges.
Yes. Yes.
I know, like you can't. Don't. Oh wow, leave
I
that
know.
child. Oh my God. This, like sometimes there's that car.
Yes.
Of course, like a parenting, you
Oh,
think
yes,
you
yes.
is the right one, and then
And
there's a
then
parenting they
there's-
think, and of
yeah.
course, being grandparents, they always want to like baby the kids and make them.
How did
Grandma
I
is
actually
the
forget
best,
to
you know.
mention
How are
that?
you managing? Because now every single day.
Yeah.
Tell
How
me.
could I have forgotten to mention that? So there's parenting style. You're strict. You want to be strict and ensure us before you know it. Even the times I look and where's Declan? And they say, hey, he's going down. Next thing, Jaja is coming. My grandson, what are you guys? Like, why are you? And you're like, you have to. Sometimes even kids don't even tell the whole story. They tell the part that's convenient for them and leave out the part that. Yeah. So of course there's that. How to navigate that? They baby them. Sometimes but we've had to compromise and have our discussions with them. Like even if you report to Jaja, you know that you'll be back here and we're doing this because we love you and we want you to be a certain. So it won't help. But much as we say that, they've also got a lot of love from them.
Yeah.
They've been there to support us through our marriage. Maybe we have another way we benefited to that we end up getting a lot of private time. Support, sometimes we actually just send them there. We are like, have you guys greeted? First go. When we just want some quiet and to just be by ourselves, we send them away. Or when we are traveling for our getaways, we are happy to release them to their grandparents. So it's had some pros, some cons, but we find a balance. Yeah.
Would you say, like, for the relationship to kind of be cordial, it's a biggest part from the mother-in-law? Would you say that? Because I've never heard of people having issues with the father-in-law. Usually, it's usually the mother-in-law wants the son. Like, do you think like that has a bigger part to play?
Yes, it does. Because for the most of my early years in marriage, actually, my husband's dad was away. He was working abroad, so it was mom. And initially, yes, you know, when you've just got married, you want to discover your person for yourself.
Yeah.
You want to grow together. And then you have mommy on the other hand, only son. Did I say that my husband is an only son? So of course there's that mommy love of only son, and she wants him to be happy. So of course, maybe there's some comments that would come through that she's trying to help me to figure him out faster. But for me, sometimes I would read into, can you allow me to understand him myself?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So maybe things around food or what, or like, yeah. So at some point, it was a bit of a feeling of, like we were kind of competing for him. But with time, I think also thanks to Rodney, to my husband, that he created that. It was, I think, him who now helped all of us. So he gave mommy his time, but he also ensured that when it was me, it was my time and our decisions, but also he strongly believed that it was more about me and him. So if we decided on something, and even if mommy said otherwise, it is my wife and I have agreed to go this direction. So that was what I really loved. And I think if he was not like that, I would struggle. I remember we once had a conflict. I don't know if I'm answering a different thing. But yeah, so we once had a time, there's a time, so we'd meet sometimes on Sundays where we had my husband and I, our parents, and then sisters. He has two sisters, so we'd come around. And for some time in that season, I think we had a conflict around communication, perceptions. To date, I can't even realize what I did wrong, what was the real issue. But I just know we were mad at each other. So when we met for that sort of fellowship or get together, that topic came up and we had a bit of exchanges here and there. And I think it was the first time I had to stand up for myself and just say things the way I felt. But of course, in a graceful way, disrespectful way. I didn't.
In a respectful way.
In a respectful way. I remember actually my father-in-law, my dad. I find the in-law word disturbing. But my Rodney's dad saying, I can't believe, Esther, you can talk like that. He had never seen me be so intentional about that. Firm, that's the word. But in that conflict, I remember, I'll never forget, one of the things, so it was mainly like mommy and the girls, and then I was kind of on the other side. And my husband was there, and so they asked him, one of them asked, but you know, Rodney, we've grown up with you, we've seen you do this, we know you're, like in this situation, who do you choose? Like, are you choosing us or, And I don't know if I've ever given marks to Rodney, that was the time. Because he was like, obviously, Esther. Like, Esther is my wife, you guys. Like, so that's the time when I saw him stand out for me, and he was willing to be like, you know what, you guys, if this is it, actually, I think he was like, let's go. Like, it's us against. But in that, there was, of course, many learnings. So we didn't resolve in that moment. But at the end of the day, I still sat and said, then what? Like, Tufachi, like, what is in this? What do we really, what do I have to lose to just make peace? You know, there's that verse in Romans 12:18 that says, if it's possible, for as far as it depends on you, be at peace with everyone, with everybody. So some of those things have guided me. So I remember making a call to my sister-in-law, my sister, and just calling her up and saying, are you available for coffee? So we sat it out, talked and broke it down, our perceptions. It was kind of those scenarios of like, one is looking at a 6, another is looking at a 9. So we kind of, we talked it out so deeply and resolved. And I think that was a time we kind of also had some clarity on boundaries, on expectations, on how couples decide their thing and how you cannot really get into it and how you respect. So we kind of decided to appreciate each other. We really got into appreciating one another and how we do things, how families do things. And I think from then on, we were much better. But also another learning is that as we raise sons, I don't know if mommy saw this coming, but I appreciate that she raised a son who is mentally independent, able to stand up and speak his opinion. But yeah, so I think that those were mainly my learnings. Mummies, like, as you raise the children, that they'll not over be
on you, depending
on you all the time. What do you
everything.
think? Hey, like, they need to make their own decisions. But also Rodney as a spouse, that couples really, we need to stand up for each other, support each other. Like, even if I was wrong, or maybe he saw it a bit, maybe somewhere I faulted, at the end of the day, when we are alone, that said, like, no, here, you did that, wasn't so good, but at that point, he showed up for me.
Exactly.
You get, Yeah.
And I think, like, when I had mentioned that sometimes the biggest role is with a mother-in-law, but also the son, because the son has to be firm. You know that thing of live and cleave, like, this is your person now. In front of everyone. Because when some of the stories I received when the ladies were saying, it was such a big mistake, is the guy is like, this is my mom, so for you now, please don't, what mommy says is what it is. She's staying with us, and that is it. Listen to her, don't. And you're like, Banangi.
I know.
Why you go back to my mom or what?
I know. Let everybody go to their mom. I know.
So the husband being very firm and choosing you, let me tell you, that thing is it's something else. It's really a plus. It's added value. And you know, up to date, actually now even mommy is the one who calls me and be like, we need to talk to Rodney, like, help me go to Rodney, that because he knows, he has created this scenario of where he knows that they know that Esther, really, when Esther talks, he listens. Actually, they keep kind of saying that when Esther talks, there's a way she manages him, and also even when things are tough, they'll call me aside and be like, please help us. So
it's been a journey.
But
But good.
Esther,
Yeah.
all these things you're saying, there are some we know like, me, I can't deal, like no way that would be out in, you know. What are those things that it has worked in your heart? Like what has changed in your heart? Is it a relationship with God that has helped you to manage? Because honestly, you can be feeling like fire, no way, you know. What is it that has happened to you that you didn't see, that you're now seeing, that has helped you at least to stay sane?
I think for starters, like you've mentioned, it's been good. It's been good doing some work within. It's been God giving me that peace, like I said, to know which battles are relevant to fight, and those things that you just choose to pass. It's been the Word of God, like really praying into the Word of God, but also being a good wife for me has really helped me. Like, I don't know, I will give marks, but I think I've given him peace.
99.99999.
You know, so the Bible says in Proverbs 12, I think it's verse 4, that an excellent wife or a wife of noble character is a crown to her husband, but a disgraceful wife is rottenness to his bones. So I feel like maybe just being a good wife, but also being a good wife does not mean that it's just for Rodney, but I've made sacrifices that if it makes his mom happy, then I am going to make effort. If it means that I'm going to have to check on her proactively, like make that call, Mommy, how are you? How have you been today? Or carry something. Maybe not every day, but there'll be that day when I'm like, let me do some shopping for Mommy. Or let me check on her, let me check on Daddy. So all those things kind of, you become a crown on your husband's, So even when it's time to defend, he'll defend you. Because you're something, you've done your part. But also on the other hand, I feel when you do that, then other people or his family get to realize that you're valuable. Like you're adding value. You're not. If he wasn't happy, maybe they would be stronger. They would come on more strongly or what. But when they see him happy, then they are more supportive of the relationship. They are more. They decide to let you. Like really, they are happy. They are not. If anything, maybe they are model to to others or to whoever. Like so, I think that has really helped. They say success has many fathers. But failure is an orphan. So when good things are around, people are willing to embrace and be happy together. So let's all fall in. Let's all be happy. Let's make it work. So that has also been helpful. What else? Even my mom. Like sometimes you just need somebody else to talk to and to share with. So my mom has been a support system as well. And she'll tell me, because she has been through some of it. Now, imagine after all these times when she sometimes releases a few stories.
Like, you know, hey,
you, Kawa. Such beautiful people and everything. So she has also been those sort of, because she lived my situation actually. Not the same enclosure, but they were neighbors with my grandmother. But also, what would I say? My mother-in-law has also, was I supposed to say on my side? But my mother-in-law has also been very supportive in making it work. I see her efforts. Sometimes she just calls me aside. Come and we take tea. Let's just be us. Like, and of course, initially it didn't seem natural.
Yeah, it was like forced.
Like what are we going to talk about?
Won't it be awkward?
What am I supposed to say? What am I not supposed to say? But having her also at a season where her husband was working abroad, she also needed that companionship. So I was intentional to just have some time with her, do tea with her. We'd talk about many things. Then I realized she would also share deeply. Certain things she would say, this one I'm telling you alone. So she kind of drew me to her. And I could say like now, I actually sometimes feel not okay if I've not checked on her or if I'm not. So I think it's been some of those things. But I might also say that situations are different, Lisa. Like maybe as fortunate to have a family and in-laws that are easy to adapt to. But I know there are people probably it's not the same and they can't relate. And then there's that's also God, that they are also, people who love the Lord. My father-in-law got saved, not at the, somewhere in there as when he got back, I think 5 years into our marriage, or 6, let's say. He has just seriously gotten to know the Lord, but he's so passionate. So even when we started the family altar, like I think we've done 2 years, he was then able to say, Esther, you take lead on the altar.
First, tell us more about that family altar. It
The
includes
altar.
everyone.
Oh, so this altar, this family altar it's really my husband's parents, our parents, then my husband and I, and his 2 sisters with their husbands. So, and now our children.
Wow.
So it's really that closely knit. So we do every last Sunday of the month, we come together and just pray and share and catch up, like how is life, testimony. We're happy for each other. Hey, for us, we were able to do this, we were able to achieve this. And interestingly, in that altar, Daddy is the one who raised the family, the verse, our altar verse or theme verse, which is Psalm 128, verse 1 to 5. Blessed is the man who fears the Lord, who walks in obedience with him. He'll be prosperous. His wife shall be like a fruitful vine in the home. The children shall be like olive shoots around the table. So that's the verse we really talk around all the time. We have to kind of share on it, learn it, and then also share other topics. Maybe each couple gets to lead us on our given Sunday through a certain topic. So it's helped us to bond more, and the kids look forward to it with their cousins and all. So I guess even that has played a big role through the transition and Daddy giving his life to Christ. So it's been testimonies upon testimonies, and it has drawn us closer to each other. Yeah,
That's beautiful. Every month.
every last Sunday of the month. Actually, this last one, I think it had slipped my mind because this month I think I thought it was
Many
next
days.
Sunday, and it was Daddy saying, Esther, what happened? Oh, family altar on the group. What isn't this the last Sunday? This last Sunday.
Wow.
And he was then reminding us to, hey, you guys, let's come together and do this. So it's been very nice, very bonding. Yeah. Yeah.
So from what you're saying, for me, what I'm picking is, you know, sometimes we think just because we are born again, it's going to be easy. Like even us, we have feelings. Like even if you're born again, but then the journey is easier.
It's
like
easier.
compared to when
Yes.
we don't know the Lord and everyone is being selfish, and because now you're there, you're saying, if it pleases Mambihan to make you're sacrificing. You get that?
Yes.
That comes from a relationship with God and knowing, like, you know,
Yes.
let me put my desires aside. But if it's always just about you,
Yes.
is my husband, this is my
You know, like, you get a level of humility, sacrifice, you think beyond, make some moves here and there. Sometimes you help them talk to him in a certain direction. And so we are all, you try to, but actually I feel like maybe God put me there to be a bit of the balance.
Yeah.
And to being Esther, usually I'm reminded of Queen Esther, where you try to play your role in ensuring that everybody is at peace with one another. Yeah, so it's
Oh God, but I'm like, wow, this is beautiful. This is amazing, you know. And you talked about, you hinted on the kids a bit, on teaching our sons about, like teaching our sons to be independent at least, so they're not dependent. Because if someone is going through a hard time with their mother-in-law, and there's some things you can't change, but what you can change is now, as I pass on, make sure that I will be that good mother-in-law, not the one who is also instigating violence, let her choose me, let her competition, you know. It can be quite a problem. But one thing, like, for example, I don't know, maybe you'll share when it comes to a relationship with your husband, is teaching the kids that Daddy comes first. We are going, so that as they grow up, they also begin to know, like, they will not now also be as if they will know that this relationship is important and it comes first. So that now when it's also their turn, they will choose their spouse.
Their spouse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So how are you emulating that marriage relationship with the kids
With
around?
the kids. No, like we too have our family vision, we have our family mission. And actually the kids also get to see, I told them to compose a song, so they have their song about respect, kindness, and choosing, but also, like you said, modeling it before them, like the kids know that daddy and mommy, when they've said this, and they know that daddy loves mommy. Like, mommy, sometimes it's like, you guys, it's time for me and my wife, please. Get out. Like, close the door. Like, hey, just because what? But they also know. So I think actions speak louder. Like you've said, we may say all these things, but I think it comes down to modeling it and showing that, yes, daddy, when daddy says something, that is it. Okay, so sometimes as a mommy, I've also faulted, and it's one area where I'm growing. You know, sometimes I feel like maybe daddy can say something that is a bit too strong, harsh. And then you feel the need to be like, maybe that's a bit too much. But I start to refrain and say, in that moment you hold back until maybe when you're together and be like, hey, but it was a bit too difficult, too harsh. Or sometimes if he, for example, maybe I'll give you an example. Recently, my son brought his school tie. The dad always helps him to tie the knot. And this time round, I think it came from an entitlement point of view. Like, Daddy, you've not ever tied my tie and what. And then I think he put it somewhere. And his dad kept saying, wait a little, I'm going to help you with it. And he was a bit impatient. So at time of getting out for school, the dad was like, I'm not helping you. You take your tie, find someone else to do it. And I felt like, that's a bit. So the boy, I called him aside and said, Declan, Daddy, you have to know how to manage. If you need him to at least apologize. Maybe you acted, you said it wrongly, you threw the tie anyhow, but he's not obliged to help you. And actually, you should be learning how to do this yourself. So if he's going to help you, go find ways of, you manage, like you and daddy, find ways of sorting it out, talk well and everything. So in those moments I hold, and then I see who of the two to try and, but it's I hear you when it comes to being a model to them.
Because we are training
really
them to live and do their life one day.
They do. They watch a lot of things and
Okay, knowing what you know now, because you say you entered in just, an opportunity, I mean, free, you're still young, you didn't know, like knowing what you know now, what conversations do you think couples should have when it comes to that in-law situation, like before they actually get there? Like, do you think there are some things that are...
I think it comes down to this. I think it's like getting into a new job and then you're just thrown there and you've not been given some sort of orientation. So I think in this situation, it should be similar, that there should be some sort of orientation, free, or where you talk about your families and the different, for example, expectations, even just characters. My mom loves it this way, my dad or my sisters are like this. In our home, together with your wife to be or husband to be, and it's both sides, that we should be able to share what sort of expectations we have from each other, dissecting the different characters in the home, which relative maybe do we need to support, who is our best ally, who is not, who can we rely on. So just generally analyzing and understanding the people, the boundaries, how are we going to deal with this thing of privacy, like how shall we manage that. Maybe for us who are fortunate that there was some space, maybe it was semi-detached, like this door, enter this door. It would be different, can be a bit, but privacy issues, maybe if we have conflict, how do we resolve conflict, differences in opinion with our parents or sisters, how do we handle that, finances in terms of dependence, how do we best support each other's families, how do the different families appreciate love and support. Some maybe it's money, to some it's presence. So having such discussions, parenting styles like you've mentioned, how are we going to navigate that? You want a certain way of parenting, your judges and kakas want it different, and they are being so, so that's those differences, how do we align? how are we going to, even information privacy, let's say, like to what end do we share our issues and our plans? So there's that, like, yeah, where do we draw the line? Boundaries. I guess it comes down to boundaries, communication, our house helps, for example, because there are times I'll honestly share that I feel like the times I felt that I'm sharing my help with my mom.
She's doing your
mother,
work and also the other
then
work.
they are calling them. Yeah. First come and make for us juice. First come, but you know you. So those things you need to discuss and see how you'll navigate some of those things. Yeah, now for me, like when my house helps come, I give them that talk, like besides all this orientation of how I want my things done, I have to make it clear that we live close to daddy and mom, and this is how you need to be respectful.
Yeah.
You need to, when they tell you something, don't
pull your mouth.
This is not, don't pull your mouth. Like, be willing to support here and there. But if there's anything that's disturbing, you come and let me know. You don't have to unleash it there or say it, but come and discuss it with me, and then we can see how to manage it. So some of those discussions I think are really relevant getting in, so you don't get a shock. When you get in, you've either in that moment you decide whether it's something you'll deal, actually the deal breakers, something you can deal with, or it's something that you won't be able to deal with, and then you find solutions before you actually get in. I think that would be, yes, that's some of the things I would say, I guess.
You talked about going to your mom, also to just, someone to talk to. Did you have like other people who were accountable to, who you can go and share, like that community where you can share? And because sometimes you can feel like you're dying, like you're about to burst, and your mom, but like your friend, or I don't know, did you ever have that?
I think we got it through the years, like when you get like-minded couple friends.
Yes.
In the beginning, we didn't have such, so it was basically our parents. Interestingly, my husband is so free, so there are times, even when I go to mommy, sometimes we just go for the week, all of us. We'll just go and sleep at my parents' place and take all of us would go and take the weekend and be there, and they would welcome us as we are. So somehow we would just, I think our parents were our biggest confidence. Friends, like I said, it came up with time. When I got a couple friends who were all comfortable with, then sometimes we'll just sit and dissect some of these topics. And even strangely, when visitors would come, remember, when my visitors come, there's that thing of like, so we have to first go down and greet your parents. Then even their guests
have to come.
Would also feel, for them they probably don't have to come. But sometimes they'll just also ask me like, how do you manage? Like, how are you dealing? How are you managing to stay with your in-laws? But we've navigated, and there've been so many, like when I think of the positives, I can't even compare to these small things, negatives that would come into play. So we've found a rhythm of being dependent on one another, interdependent. And it's worked.
I think it's beautiful to hear. The in-law relationship has bad PR.
Yes.
Like a lot of bad PR.
Yes.
So now from your perspective, from you and your experience, tell us those things that you appreciate about them being in your space, around you, near you. What are those things?
Those ones, I can write a book.
Beautiful.
Anyway, but for those, like I said, for starters, we were rent-free. So we were able to build our home. And when we built and moved, what I didn't tell you is that we actually built and moved to another place. But around that same time, they were also built in the same area, some rental units.
You guys are meant to be.
But one of those was slightly bigger, 3-bedroom, and so around that time when we moved, actually I think they actually decided to move before us, so we found them there. So I think we were meant to be, like we've said.
God has a mission for you.
But in that moment for me, it was at the time when that happened, when we moved and they moved, we were really in a good place, and I was
Yeah.
happy to have them close. Like actually, I was wondering how I'm going to survive without them. Yeah. So when we moved and were close to each other, it was a plus. So that said, childbirth, when you have mommy nearby,
Easy,
like a close mommy. So for all my babies, she has been the one. Time for hospital. We need to leave quick, organize. She has been there, unrubbing my back, and teaching me how to breathe, and she's a nurse. So the breathing techniques, just welcoming those babies, it's been her. Actually, from my mom, said she waits for the good news because she knows there's a mommy handling. So for all my babies, she has helped. For the twins was even a bit complex.
Yeah.
Because I think there's a point when I had a kind of I was about to near miscarriage or something, and I had to take on some injections for a certain period. She was doing it for me. So every evening I would go. She does next, like, so she was there for me in that season. And those babies came at a time when I was not even ready, 35 weeks. I was just there and water was broken. And the first part, my husband was out, I was not around. He had traveled. But within the country. But then still, mommy was the one of like, madam, get your things. She called the driver. My guy was not picking up. She was like, up to Naka, so let's go. And she like took lead. And actually, these babies I have are really, when they love her that much, I understand that she played a big role. I haven't talked so much about my dad, my father-in-law, but he's also been, because he wasn't around in the first years. But I remember one of those times he came back from, I think it was Ethiopia or something. He came back, and at around 2 a.m. he was back, but he said he wanted to see us. In that moment, you know, when you're in this deep sleep,
Can even give you a headache.
I was like, but Rodney, why now? Like, can't you wait for morning? And I would always get like a bit of anxiety when he comes, because he has a bit of military background, so he has a bit of bully style, but you could not say no. So we woke up, went to see him, and Lisa, what really touched my heart, I've never forgotten that story. So when we went, it's that he was dying to see us, let's say, because he just said, I wanted to give you these things before I sleep. He opened his suitcase, clothes, like some leather jacket, like just have what, like I just couldn't sleep. I've not seen you in a long time. He was dying. So for me, imagine I went with this thing of like and I went back with like, oh my God, what? So Bambi, he's been there. Even with the twins, at some point he said, you need a driver. Like, I can't let you drive. I just can't. So I got a driver for me. At a certain point, I was driven, and he would tell me, Esther, don't drive that car. If anything happens to those babies, it's you. Yeah. So he's been there. So the kids, like I've said, we have moments where they pick up, school pick up, because so we are those parents who refuse to get onto the van wagon, vans and all. So we do the pickups ourselves. But of course, there are moments when you're not able to, and mommy and daddy are called away. Like, mommy, are you able to? Daddy, are you able to? And sometimes you see that they're also in a certain state. They're not, maybe not, but they'll find a way to make it work and make the kids happy, pick them and house them. Privacy moments, we send them. So really, they've been there. Food.
I know, you will never lack. Hey!
I don't know, we can't lack food. Whenever they go to the village, we are sorted. Sometimes they just feel like arriving on a random evening and the kids are sorted. Or sometimes they'll be people, just come and have dinner with us. Things like that. So we've also benefited from their friendships. I cannot say enough that their friends, they are practically our friends. Because whenever their friends come, they are always, we have our children. Can you meet our children? Can we take you to, so they're networking. So even our friends have drawn close to them because they know that we are interdependent. Like, when you come to see us, definitely Peros will be happy to. So this time where we stay, we are in different enclosures, but still same vicinity. So it's still cross here and there. So networks and friends. When we have events, they'll fit into it. They'll be like, hey, we're hosting. it would be good if we can be there. Well, sometimes we're like, can you be there? Or even on theirs, we support them, they support us. So it's just going to be that bigger unit of, actually now I don't know how I can survive without them.
Yeah, I know, because now you're used.
Because that, yeah, when you ask, can you be independent? I feel like for us now, yes, you can be, but now we've got to that point where we appreciate the interdependence. We appreciate the fact that we feed into each other, we pour into each other, and we are happy to do life together. Projects in the village. So there are things where maybe as children, you may not prioritize or focus on them much. But for example, like my dad will push us and say, you guys, there's this land, guys, you need to buy it. And even being that, like, we need to expand, we need to grow this, and he'll push a certain direction. Okay, me, I'll pay for it, but you're going to pay me back, for example.
Yeah.
Or we need to buy this and what. And then the fact that now they go there often, they're our eyes on ground. So we are able to push in a little more there.
Resource,
It's a really good resource. Let's push this, push that together, and we see. And yeah, at the end of the day, it pushes us also to be more present, not to put certain things, with certain things that we often neglect. They'll bring them back and say, you guys, you need to know your roots. You need to get back, prioritize and go to the village, check on this project, check on that project. We are still not doing very well, but we are picking up slowly. Yeah. So there's a lot. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. For me, from what I hear from you, honestly, I feel like it takes maturity.
It really does.
It takes maturity. You need to be at a place where you can just allow certain things, be okay, be content, look at the good side, because sometimes when you over focus on the negative,
it can blow out. Yeah, it can overwhelm you. It becomes a mountain.
Yeah. List, okay, good things.
Actually, it helps. It helps to really list down and like just focus on the good things. You see, when they say even in marriage, there will be those times that are not so good, but when you always bring back something, a good memory, or something that you hold on to and say like, it's not that maybe it's just like a bad man that's cropping, but he's a good person, because you're reflecting back on certain things that have happened. Yeah.
Oh, so I want you to give some advice to different categories of people.
Okay.
Advice to the one who is in a situation, maybe staying with, near, or it's bad. Like,
yeah,
you know, it's bad. It's like she's just feeling like, you know what, this is not it. What advice would you give someone like that? Yeah.
And I've had many of those. I feel like they're the most. I think what I would advise is, first of all, you yourself, just be a good person. Try as much. Do your part. Like I said from that verse of, as far as if it's possible, as far as it depends on you, try to live at peace. Try to be good. Try to win through love. Try to forgive. Make an effort to forgive. Make an effort to compromise, as long as it doesn't affect your mental, or I don't know. If there's nothing to lose, let's say, try to make some compromises here and there. But also talk about it with your husband or your wife, with your spouse, to be able to find some solutions. How can we deal with this? Maybe the option is to move, maybe not. If you're stuck there, how do you navigate that? So first of all, be good, be you, and try to focus on the positive, be a loving person and do your part. But like that verse again says, as far as it depends on you and if it's possible, because so it may not be possible. You may do you're more trying and it's not working. So in that case, I would say, and in this case, I'm hoping that your spouse is a good person. Then try to focus on your inner family, on your first family, your husband and the kids. At least make sure you're happy, the inner circle. The rest will find you along the way. If it necessitates, maybe make the move. Make the move. Like if it's about your peace and it's going to serve your family better, discuss it and see how to make that move and find a place that's going to give you peace. Because really, at the end of the day, it's more important, your inner family, is more important than the rest. So, yeah. And also, if it's then that also doesn't work, I think there are other avenues now. There's therapy. You find someone to talk to, a neutral person to kind of break it down together. Someone who can talk to you, to your spouse, to both of you, and you find remedies. Don't die alone. Like I think, since you're asking me, a circle of friends, it really helps sometimes to just release to somebody and find solutions together. Yeah, maybe some counseling or therapy or neutral friends. Yeah, find help. Don't die alone.
And prayer.
And pray, pray, guys. God also, he really changes hearts. He gives you wisdom, let's say, to navigate through. Because there's certain things you'll find that the answer is in certain things that maybe were not obvious, but through prayer and God just guiding you through, you can win souls. We've seen people have change of hearts, where someone, they come and say, we apologize, maybe we didn't treat you well in this scenario, but because God has fought for you, he really does fight our battles, knowingly or unknowingly. Like he'll create, you said those prayers, give us divine helpers. Lord, even when I'm not in the room, fight for me, favor me, like convict them, touch their hearts. Those prayers really do work. Like you find somebody was not very easy, but with time, they have drawn closer, they have had a change of heart. Yeah, so God first actually. Yeah.
Remove any hearts of stone. Put hearts of flesh. Those prayers.
He really hears our prayers. So, yeah.
Because when I hear from different women, I feel like most women just want to know that you're on their side. Like you choose them over anyone, anything, like you choose them. And I think if the men are firm in that, and when they see that, okay, she actually chooses me, then it kind of helps. But then also for the lady, sometimes the women are just bad sometimes. Like, be gracious. Like this woman, your mother-in-law, has raised this child for all these years. It's hard on her as well. And it may take time for her to realize that, okay, let me give them space, and they may grow in that area. So sometimes, yes, it's the mother-in-law, yes, it's the guy, but also sometimes it's us, the wives. Like, we're not gracious. You want him to yourself. You want to cut him off everyone. You're like, it's me. That selfish thing. So I think we also need to just search.
Exactly, do some reflection. It's true. Need to do some reflection and see where have you fallen short. Maybe you need to align yourself also a bit and create some peace. But also, and I think I remember this, maybe helping each other shine. Because there are those very small, seemingly small, but they hold value. For example, even just support to our families. You'll find that maybe as we support my parents, even if it's a monetary contribution and it's from me, most times I'll say it's from us, even from Rodney, just for him to shine. This is from, it's come from Rodney.
Make him shine.
Yeah, but even for him, certain things, even packages or what, I will most likely deliver to his family or give, even if it's from both of us, I'm the one who presents it. So in that way, there's that added value that you're giving our son, our daughter. Even if it's so making each other shine in different spaces. When you say, oh, thank you, Mnange, it's from Rodney, it's from, so they tend to respect them more, respect him more, value him more, because you've supported each other to shine in the different families. So it's been equally helpful.
So for those ones who are struggling, then those who are planning, like like they're dating, like it's a, I want to ask you like a hard question. I don't know if I should ask you.
You ask.
If you would tell someone who is planning to, it's about, like, it's going to happen, or they're thinking about it happening, would you tell them to do it?
I don't think I would give them an answer. I don't think I would tell them yes or no. I'll just tell them, first, do your homework, talk about it, make a few visits, Also look at the environment around. Is it, what's the proximity like? What's the privacy going to be like? Like, I think getting back to those moments, but now reflect and see and try to put yourself in the situation and see how is it going to work. So I'll probably say make sure you get in knowing what's in it. What try and do that homework so that even when you decide to say yes, you know what
you're saying.
What you will be able to carry it. Yeah, like my sister Stella. My sister got married into this family where it's one of those where maybe her husband is the one who kind of made it. Let's say who has gone through and he's okay. So of course he has more dependence from yes. But of course he mentioned it before that, for me, first of all, even how he was raised, how our spouses are raised. So someone will tell you, for me, I grew up in relatives' homes. I've made it this far because I was handheld by different. So I'm obliged to give back. So you have to expect that we may not have the kind of privacy you need. We're going to have probably, and maybe everyone who comes to Kampala from the village, that is their home. So you get into it knowing, okay, I'm taking this on. And I'll probably have to, you to carry that cross and be the kind of wife that he wants you to be. Yeah, but also, so do the homework. And also parents. I feel that much as my mom may not have told me so much, but she had a moment with my husband before we got married and said, Esther is like this. Esther is emotional. Like you need to handle her a certain way, and maybe she likes this, she likes that. Like, I'm not trying to, but just to give you some tips on how to manage in a good way without feeling like you're pressurizing somebody. But maybe it also helped for him to have those one-on-ones with my parents, my dad, and maybe vice versa. So having that homework done before to make an informed decision whether you go in or not. Because for me, when I look back, I think if I had not, I would have lost out on so many things. But probably for somebody else, it's a different story. So catch-22, you think through and make a decision.
You can never know, of course, everything, how it's going to all play out. But I think having just those conversations, at least have them. And then something surprises you. But at least talk about, okay, when it comes to in-laws, what do we say? What don't we say? What are the boundaries? What is it like for you? Just have them so that you understand. Because many times, the way we behave, the way we act, even the way we show up is based on also background. Like you saw, like for your sister's husband, that is how he lived, that's what he knows. Then for you, you've lived in nuclear, mother, father. So now when home, you're like, what's going on? So you both need to understand each other and meet kind of halfway. Because it can be quite a trick.
Yes. No, that's true. Because I have a feeling if I had told Rodney I didn't like the idea, maybe you would not have. But I didn't know any better. I think the most I did was, but also maybe the way that I was welcomed also biased me a bit. The first time I met my mother-in-law, she carried me on her laps. She was very welcoming.
Wow.
She was, so I kind of felt like, I think she's a good person. Well, in that moment you can't really know, but I had a certain warmth. A positive warmth to it. And I think the first time I met my father-in-law was also a different time when he had come back at a certain point. And for him now, I read him as caring, but a bit of a bully. I think I remember the first time he asked me, like, are you a person? Or are you just a tantalizing mirage? I've never heard that statement. Are you real? And then he goes like, anyway, I'm asking because we don't to think that there's water somewhere and then it disappears and then, so are you real? Are you coming like for real? Are you real? Or and then after saying, of course, in that moment, I'm like, what is he saying? And why this question? But then he followed it up with something like, so when are we meeting your parents? And like, let us know. I'm available from this time to this time. Like, so I would see that, wow, like they were really welcoming to that end. So yeah, I guess when I weighed with the little I knew, I think they were really good. Yeah, good people.
And I think it really plays a big role. You know, my mother-in-law, Bambi, she can be telling me, "Oh, Bambi, omwana wanje, Bambi takugamba, he doesn't talk. Bambi, does he? Bambi, you understand him? Bambi," and she's trying to give you like,
some tips. Yes, you can tell it's from a good place.
Bambi, yeah, from a good place. Like, Bambi, you know that he doesn't. That's how he is. And she gives you examples, you know, to just help you in case you're struggling.
You're struggling. Just know that's
just
my
know,
boy.
Bambi, my boy. That is it. You know, and of course, you know that every time you go, she wants to make sure you've gone with something. Konja, give them what? Overkill. It's like when
There's
also there is a warmth to
Yes.
it. You kind of come in with like your guards down. You're like, okay,
Yeah.
you know, it's not so bad.
Yeah.
So I think it's a privilege, honestly,
It
to have
is.
that. And I know some people may not have that. It may have gone like south bad, like, you know, and it can be tough.
Yeah,
It can be tough. But seek help.
Yeah.
Talk to other people.
Yeah.
Have fun conversations with your spouse as well, and let him know, and talk through it together and pray. I think that's all you can do, Banangi.
Hold on to God.
He is the only one who will not, you know, leave you or forsake
He
you.
will not. She
Yeah.
surely will not. Yeah, that's a
Banangi.
solution.
Esther, thank you so much for sharing.
Thank
It's
you.
been so
Thank you,
nice.
Lisa.
Do you have any parting shots, things we've not, that you want to tell the ladies or even the in-laws themselves?
Really?
They be watching.
I think my parting shot would be that, guys, as we focus on in-laws, we are also in-laws somewhere else. We are also in-laws.
Correct.
Yeah, so let's be good. Let's just be good people and know, because I also have a sister-in-law. How you, and you're also going to be a mother-in-law at some point. So look at the bigger picture. And also let's try to break those stereotypes. I feel like, of course, that in-law word comes with some negative connotation. It's kind of like stepmom comes with that kind of negative thing. But we need to look at the bigger picture that we are generally we are people, we are human. And even if someone was not your in-law, if they have bad manners, they have bad manners. So coming in with that sort of mindset that these are people, we are all in-laws somewhere. Like, let's be good human beings. Let's love. Let's be gracious. Let's just be the best. What we want to do what we want to be done to us, let us be able to extend the same grace, the same love, make people's life comfortable, as simple as can be. Yeah, let's be good human beings.
That is it.
Yeah.
And I've loved that because you're also an in-law.
Yes.
So you may be the one they're also talking
You're
about.
pointing.
But in-laws, like they're
that
talking
chick.
about you. That chick, you know.
Yes.
So let's be kind. Let's just have the fruit of the spirit.
Exactly.
Like where you go, people are like, nice
Good
person.
person. Yeah.
That's the goal, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you
good.
so much, Esther, for being here once again. It was
Thank you,
really
Lisa.
lovely
Thank
for
you,
sharing your
Lisa.
story. May it bring hope, encouragement, change stereotypes, and make marriages better.
Amen. Thanks, Liz.
Before we close, I want to share something that's close to my heart. This channel has become a place where we empower families, restore hope, and build strong homes. And that is the work that matters to God. But producing this content takes real resources, from filming to editing to getting a shooting space to the logistics of it all. It can be quite a lot. And if you've been blessed by this platform and would love to partner with me in keeping it going and expanding the impact, I invite you to join me simply by visiting www.lisakusima.com and give whatever the Lord has blessed on your heart to give, to support in building strong families, one conversation at a time. Thank you so much for walking this journey with me. I truly appreciate it.
Guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Let us know in the comment section, you know, what's your experience with the in-laws? You know, what have you picked from this video? We want to hear from you. Don't forget to like this video if you've learned something, and also share it with other people so they can be blessed. Also, subscribe. Guys, we see people enjoying the videos, but you're not subscribing. It really helps me to grow and, you know, put families out there and help them. So please do subscribe. It's free of charge. My name is Lisa Kusima. As always, I'm here to inspire.